Marisha,
Hi.
I am so excited to be here with you.
Yay.
And I cannot wait to see the show tonight. Since I obviously already know you, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Marisha. I'm from North Carolina originally, and I've been living in London for 6 years. I worked on Broadway for 5 years, Aladdin, Book of Mormon, Something Rotten. Then I came over for Dreamgirls about 6 years ago, and now I'm here playing Adelaide in Guys and Dolls.
Speaking of Adelaide, what does that role mean to you?
Oh gosh, it's incredible because I think I'm like the first. There were other Black Adelaides, but in the first like major production of the show, I'm like the first Black Adelaide, and I'm the first one to ever like recreate the role, which you'll see tonight, which is so nice.
Yeah.
So, because everyone's kind of always done it the same, always kind of played her like a dumb blonde, and I was kind of able to have carte blanche to do what I wanted with the role, which was so great. And I've infused it with like all the Black Hollywood glamour of like Dorothy Dandridge and Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald, and so I feel like I got to do an homage to those women because those kind of roles were never on stage. It was always in film. So now we got to bring that to this part, which is great. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So in New York, we've been hearing the buzz about how immersive this production is. What is something that people should look out for or know about the production?
Well, it's completely immersive. We have 400 people on the ground legs. I don't know if you can see behind us, but like it looks like nothing right now. But then all of these squares move individually. So then it transports you to Mindy's, you go to Havana, you go to the Hot Box Club, you go. So as a member of the immersive part or standing, you move around the action, and then you can also sit and watch everyone move around. So it's always like two shows in a show because when you're seated, you watch people watching us, and then you're watching the show, and then when you're on the floor, you're like in the show and watching the show.
Oh, wow.
Which is so cool. Yeah.
I love that. So is there something you're hoping that people take away with them after seeing the show?
I hope what I know people have felt is joy, like literally exuberating joy.
One of the things, you made me think about when you said joy with the art form. I think a lot of actors, that I've been in communication with have been struggling, in this season because of how the industry is still trying to rebound from the pandemic. And so do you have any advice for actors, specifically Black women in theater, that you could share?
I would say go outside the box. Don't just settle for I'm going to play the sassy Black friend or the tropes that they've like given us our whole lives. Like there's only like 5 Black roles that I could count on one hand that we were allowed to play, like Mama Moore and Effie, Motor Mouth. I played them all. And I was like, how do I break out of this trope of like what they expect from Black women and what they only allow us to do? And I was like, well, let me look at, because things are being made new now, but it takes a long time since we've been like, okay, new things need to be made. It's going to take another couple of years for things to actually show up. So I was like, what can I do now? I was like, let me look back through the canon of shows that are already made and see what if that one was Black, like Ado Annie and Adelaide, and like all these ones that we've kind of been like, oh, I would never think that I could even play it. Like, and to be like, wait, I can. Wait, that just kind of opens up more opportunities, and challenge your agents and say, submit me for that. Submit me for those things that aren't the quintessential Black roles or whatever. And like, let's get rid of that mentality altogether, and like, let us just be able to play parts that are fit for our talents and what we can bring to it. So I think just not boxing yourself in, and not boxing yourself in physically or anything like that. If you want to change your type, if you want to lose weight, gain weight, however you want to do, like, do what you want to do. Do whatever makes you feel the best, what makes you feel authentically yourself. If you feel like you want to move in a different way, then move in a different way. Learn a new skill. If you want to be more of a dancer now, if you want to be more of a singer, like whatever, don't be afraid to evolve. It's okay. Like in your career, you're going to be many different kinds of people, many different things. and don't be afraid to change. It's okay.
I love that. Thank you. Okay, last question, because I know you have to prepare for the show. Are there any projects that you're working on outside of the show? Do you have any music coming out? Do you have any projects that you're working on that you can share with us?
Ooh, this is hard because I can't share. I am writing a new musical. I can't say what the musical is yet, but it's a game changer. It's going to allow a lot of Black women to have work, which is something, and own our own work, which is something that I'm really passionate about, because I have been an actor for hire and I've seen people making a lot of money off of my talent, but I was like, what if we could actually own the art, where we get a percentage of the royalties, where it leaves a legacy of leading roles where people can really have access to wealth and to be able to make good money in this industry. That's something that I am really passionate about, because there's not a lot of leading roles for Black women. We don't have access to the wealth that comes with. Because I've seen a lot of my white actor counterparts, they buy houses, they're doing this, because they're making 3, 4 times, 6 times of what we can make, because they just have the more opportunities and the better roles. So I was like, what if I can create a show where there's more leading roles for Black women to have, then there's more access to the wealth of the art.